The Enron scandal is often cited as one of the most infamous cases of corporate fraud in history. What seemed like an unstoppable energy giant came crashing down, revealing a web of deception, greed, and corruption that shocked the world. But what happened after the initial scandal broke, and where do the key players stand today? Let's dive into the ongoing saga of the Enron case and explore how this corporate giant's downfall continues to impact the business world. Enron was once the darling of Wall Street, lauded for its innovation in the energy sector and its aggressive business strategies. Founded in 1985 by Kenneth Lay, the company quickly expanded from its humble beginnings in the natural gas industry to become a leading energy trading firm. Enron was celebrated for its forward-thinking approach, leveraging new markets and creating complex financial instruments that impressed investors and analysts alike. However, beneath its glossy exterior, Enron was hiding a dark secret. The company was using highly complex and fraudulent accounting practices to hide its massive debts and inflate profits. This was done through a series of off-balance sheet entities known as special purpose entities, SPEs, which allowed Enron to keep its debt off its financial statements and make the company appear more profitable than it actually was. The first cracks in Enron's facade appeared in October 2001, when the company announced a shocking $618 million loss for the third quarter and revealed a $1.2 billion reduction in shareholder equity. This announcement set off a chain reaction, leading to investigations by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and eventually Enron's bankruptcy in December 2001. It was the largest bankruptcy in U.S. history at the time, wiping out $60 billion in market value and leaving thousands of employees jobless and with worthless retirement accounts. The bankruptcy also led to the collapse of Arthur Andersen, one of the 5 largest audit and accountancy partnerships in the world at the time. Andersen's role in shredding documents related to the Enron audit and its failure to flag the company's fraudulent activities caused the firm to lose its license to audit public companies, effectively ending its business. Enron's founder and CEO, Kenneth Lay, was once hailed as a visionary leader. However, his legacy is now forever tarnished by his role in the company's fraudulent activities. Lay was convicted of 6 counts of conspiracy and fraud in 2006, but he passed away from a heart attack before he could be sentenced, leaving many questions unanswered. His sudden death spurred conspiracy theories, with some speculating that he faked his own death to avoid punishment. Lay's passing, however, meant that he was never held accountable in a court of law, a fact that continues to frustrate many who were affected by Enron's collapse. The former CEO and chief architect of Enron's fraudulent accounting practices, Jeffrey Skilling, was sentenced to 24 years in prison for his role in the scandal. Skilling was known for his aggressive and ruthless leadership style, which fostered a cutthroat corporate culture at Enron. Under his watch, the company engaged in risky ventures and misleading accounting practices that ultimately led to its downfall. In 2013, his sentence was reduced to 14 years as part of a deal with federal prosecutors, and he was released in 2019. Since his release, Skilling has kept a low profile, but has reportedly been working on a new venture in the energy sector. His return to the business world has sparked controversy, with many questioning whether someone with his history should be allowed to participate in the industry that he helped to tarnish. Andrew Fastow, as Enron's CFO, Andrew Fastow was the mastermind behind the complex web of off-balance sheet entities used to hide the company's debt. Fastow created a series of SPEs with names like LJM and Chuco that allowed Enron to avoid reporting its massive losses. These entities were used to manipulate Enron's financial statements and deceive investors and regulators. Fastow pleaded guilty to 2 counts of conspiracy and served 6 years in prison. Since his release in 2011, Fastow has embarked on a journey of redemption, giving talks on ethics and corporate responsibility. He has openly discussed his role in the Enron scandal and expressed regret for his actions, offering insights into how companies can avoid similar pitfalls. The Enron scandal had far-reaching effects, leading to a wave of corporate reforms designed to prevent such a disaster from happening again. The most significant of these was the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, which introduced strict new regulations for financial reporting and corporate governance. This legislation aimed to increase transparency and accountability in publicly traded companies, with provisions requiring CEOs and CFOs to personally certify the accuracy of financial statements. The act also established stricter penalties for corporate fraud and created the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, PCAOB, to oversee the audits of public companies. Sarbanes-Oxley has been credited with restoring investor confidence in the wake of the Enron scandal, but it has also been criticized for increasing compliance costs and placing a heavy burden on smaller companies. Despite these criticisms, the act remains a cornerstone of U.S. corporate governance and has influenced similar reforms in other countries. Even decades later, the Enron scandal continues to cast a long shadow over corporate America. It remains a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked corporate greed and the importance of ethical leadership. The scandal also had a lasting impact on the energy market, shaking investor confidence and leading to increased scrutiny of energy trading practices. Enron's collapse led to a reevaluation of the role of ethics in business, prompting many companies to implement more rigorous ethical guidelines and compliance programs. The scandal also raised questions about the role of auditors and the need for greater independence in the auditing process. The collapse of Arthur Andersen, in particular, highlighted the dangers of conflicts of interest in the audit profession and led to calls for stricter regulations on auditor independence. In recent years, there has been renewed interest in the Enron case, partly fueled by the release of documentaries and books that explore the scandal in greater detail. These works have provided new insights into the inner workings of Enron and the individuals who played key roles in its collapse. For example, the 2020 documentary Enron, The Smartest Guys in the Room, revisits the scandal with interviews from former employees, journalists, and experts, shedding new light on how the company's culture and leadership contributed to its downfall. Additionally, some of Enron's former executives have resurfaced in the public eye, either through new business ventures or by participating in discussions about corporate ethics. Jeffrey Skilling's involvement in a new energy startup has been met with skepticism and concern, with many questioning whether he has truly learned from his past mistakes. Andrew Fastow, on the other hand, has become a sought-after speaker on ethics and corporate governance. His candid discussions about his role in the Enron scandal have resonated with audiences, and he has used his experiences to advocate for stronger ethical standards in business. The Enron scandal serves as a powerful lesson about the dangers of corporate corruption and the need for robust regulatory oversight. It highlights the importance of transparency, ethical leadership, and the responsibility of executives to act in the best interests of their stakeholders. The scandal also underscores the critical role of whistleblowers in exposing corporate misconduct. Sharon Watkins, a former Enron vice president, is often credited with bringing the company's fraudulent practices to light, and her actions have inspired other whistleblowers to come forward in the years since. As we look to the future, it's crucial to remember the lessons of Enron and to remain vigilant against the potential for similar abuses of power. The world of corporate finance has changed dramatically since 2001, but the underlying principles of honesty and integrity remain as important as ever. The ongoing developments in the Enron case serve as a reminder that the consequences of corporate fraud can be long-lasting and far-reaching. The Enron scandal also highlights the need for continuous improvement in corporate governance and ethical standards. As new challenges and opportunities arise in the business world, companies must remain committed to upholding the highest standards of conduct and ensuring that their actions align with the best interests of their shareholders, employees, and society as a whole. What do you think about the Enron scandal and its aftermath? Do you believe the reforms introduced after the scandal have been effective? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the most shocking corporate scandals.